Welcome to this special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get.
The beautiful skyline of Denver, Colorado is our backdrop tonight. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Nuggets. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, there's the Warriors. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And, you know, for the Nuggets, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Now Golden State's starting five. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Wiggins, and it's Chris in at the five, roaming the paint. And for the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the two-guard spot. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seed. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept that, in theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
You know, this is a player who made only 2 3-pointers over the course of his first 4 years in the NBA. That's 2 3-pointers in close to over 300 games. But now, that shot's a big part of what Millsap does.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Greg, this season is the first time in the last 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and health. Will they retake the throne? So we'll just have to wait and see.
Denver with the ball. The Warriors making the shot. Pass to Craig. Over Thompson. Craig can't get it to go.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And Green is right there.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You've got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line in this one.
Yeah, Murray is clearly a shoot-first guy who can really fill it up. This is a big-time bucket getter.
Morris is checked in for Torrey Craig. Curry on the wing. Covered by Morris. Curry's shot is good.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now here's Murray. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. It was the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to Dallas. And a wide-open look for Porter. Oh, good with the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader, truly a special player.
And here is Curry after Jamal Murray was able to get that triple. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Golden State moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Chris pass to Curry. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here is Morris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Bull kicks to Dozier. Pass to Bull. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
The pass to Looney. Trying to find Curry. He's got it now. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Passes to Dozier. He feeds it to Grant. And Pascal pulls it down.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Drills it from outside. Curry's got 5 points so far.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry, deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
A nice shot by Dozier. 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And another 3 for Golden State.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive play.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does.
It's a cognitive and neurological drill.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Plumlee. Bull is out there with Jeremy Grant. And it's Dozier in at the point guard position. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Bull, the pass to Dozier. He kicks it to Bull. Pass to Dozier. Back to Plumlee. Clock at 4. From the wing. The Warriors pull it in. Coming off that loss against the Nets. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Mark a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
Here's Pascal. Bull making his last shot. Back to Curry. And it's off from three-point range. The Nuggets leading by 4. Dozier kicks to Grant. They grab their own miss. Dozier can't get it to go. The Warriors shooting 43% from the floor. Down low. Here's Looney. Tries yet again. Pass to Pascal. Here's Curry. He's covered by Daniels. And again, no good by Golden State.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Grant. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And it's a 6-point Nugget lead.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Here's Bull. Craig passes to Dozier. Now the pass to Daniels. Here's Bull. And that one is off. The Warriors go the other way.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
To the inside. Here's Pascal. Plays it up and banks it in.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
To the wing right side. Goes up the baseline. Inside. Bull with it. Looney on him. Here's Dozier. Curry with some nice D. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Pascal. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Pascal's got his second bucket of the night.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
The 10-footer. And another basket for Golden State.
And Curry making his presence felt on D with the steal leading to the break. He finds ways to impact games with far more than just his shooting.
Here's Daniels. From downtown. And Pascal pulls it down. And that's a foul called on Bull. That is his first foul of the game. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Poole, the pass to Thompson. Here's Poole. Back to Thompson. Jokic with the steal. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
And Green slams it in.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Misses the 3. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And he's good on the second. Here is Porter. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets lead by 1. And now. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Denver was looking great right away. They had the pieces in place for a nice stretch to open. Thanks for joining.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. They trail by 1. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Chris. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward.
And, you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
He dishes it to Thompson. For the tie. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Thompson. Curry's got the game tied up here for the Warriors. You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting alone puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
Porter with the steal. Curry with the steal. Passes it to Chris. Here's Thompson. Rebound by the Nuggets. Craig's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Murray. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And now a 4-point Nugget lead.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And the Warriors miss again.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Left side, Porter from past the arc. Doesn't go for him. Warriors trail by 4. Outside Curry. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Porter against Curry. Back to Porter. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Chris. And Chris throws it down.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
Murray surveying the D. And it's good off the glass. Murray's got 11.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Outside Curry. Back to Thompson. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around. But some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. And you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say. So you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Count the basket.
So he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Here's Pascal. Back to Wiggins. Porter with the steal. And now the Nuggets fast break. And there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Porter. Daniels has got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets. Pass to Pascal. And here's Chris. There's the dish to Wiggins. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Troy Daniels. That's his first foul. Well, last summer, Greg, was supposed to be a large courtship for Klay Thompson. The injury, though, kind of changed things in his free agency.
It didn't take long for him to re-sign with the Warriors. I think as soon as the team offered him a max deal, he signed. Looks like the Splash Brothers will be together for quite some time.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Dozier's checked in, and Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Morris against Thompson. Morris into the lane. Here's Jokic, who's back up. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
To the paint. Back to Thompson. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Nikola Jokic. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Grant down low with Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Dozier in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Pascal. He's covered by Grant. Morris against Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. No good on the triple. Denver leading by 15. Here's Craig. Lays it up off the glass. Craig's got his first bucket in this one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
They get it back. Warriors trail by 17. Wide open. Uses the glass to drop it in.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And here is Morris. Here's Craig, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on the championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list of number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame career.
Thompson against Morris. Outside Curry. Lets it go from deep. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 14 points for Steph Curry.
Man, I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Morris passes to Jokic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Murray's checked in. Thompson dishes to Curry. And another 3 for Golden State.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And it's Murray penetrating. From 10 feet out, Murray. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 18.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Curry with a wide open look. It's 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Denver.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And they're going to break this season series tie with a big win here tonight, giving them a 2-1 record on the year with one final game left to go against Golden State.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jokic.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Smile-a-geek. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Denver.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Bol, he's checked in for Denver. Pass to Bates-Diop. Fast break, here we go. And yes, it's good.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Murray kicks to Dozier. From the arc, good on the triple. And the Nuggets lead by 18.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Shooting for Denver, Jamal Murray.
Free throw good, Murray. And so Murray nails both of them. Lee with the ball. Outside Curry. And a miss there on the triple. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting... Welcome, fans. EA, they got a lot of pride there, there's no doubt, and rightfully so. Thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the three. And for the Warriors, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Marquise Chris is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Wiggins in at the three spot. Doris, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit up in the air. Just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason. Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And the dunk by Zubac.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And the Clippers have possession. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Beverley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And throughout his career, Beverley has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
He doesn't get the second one.
And in recent years, some call the Warriors the greatest fast-breaking team since the Showtime Lakers. Doris, do you concur?
Greg, the Showtime Lakers are my all-time favorite team. But I will say, because of the shooting, the ball handling, the passing, the capability on every possession for something spectacular, I would say that this team was as close as you can get to the Showtime Lakers.
Chris pass to Green, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
George finds Leonard, and the three off target. The Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Green passes to Chris, and he lays it straight in.
Well, you love the aggressiveness. Chris not drifting around on the outside. He's getting it done in the painted area.
Some nice passing by Golden State here. Out to Thompson, jacks up a three, drops in the tray.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverley.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard, doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Thompson for the triple. And another three for Golden State.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Leonard against Wiggins. Count that one. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
Wiggins dishes to Curry. Back to Wiggins. Takes a three. He can't get that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, Greg, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
From outside the arc, offensive rebound, Thompson. Second shot opportunity, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, gets his man in the air with the pump fake, and Clay gets himself to the free throw line. So quick on that release.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
So it's the Warriors now. Following the basket by Marcus Morris.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 2. Jackson misses. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
To the middle. Floats one up, and Thompson sends it back.
We know that Thompson is an excellent defender. He does such a good job timing shots for those rejections.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Warriors have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Now, here's Thompson. He has 7. He tries for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Thompson against Williams. The Warriors pull it in, coming off that loss against the Nets. For the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Morris has got his 5th rebound in this one. Green inside the 3-point line, and they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Warriors ahead, up by 5. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is
Your field goal percentage as a whole.
and consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The deep 3 from Thompson. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. The Warriors have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
The Warriors making a switch here. Curry's checked in. Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Smile-a-geech. High quality look, and he sinks it.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Jackson kicks to Zubats. George against Wiggins. For 3. The shot by George, no good. Warriors leading by 6. Second chance shot. Outside for Curry. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people who were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Another 3 for Golden State.
Well, wow. Kev, how about that fantastic look by Steph Curry? The ability to create and make the guys around him better.
And George kicks to Zubats. Jackson passes to Morris. Curry against Jackson. Morris inside. Pass to Zubats. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. 2 points. That one goes. Jackson's got 8 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
High post, Zubats. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. The 3 from George. The Clippers get another chance here. Leonard kicks to Morris. There's the 3. The Clippers rebound. Goes up again. And it's Leonard missing. Warriors leading by 8. Green in the post. Defended by George. And it's sent back by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And the basket is good. Curry's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Green dishes to Wiggins. Curry on the wing. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Curry outside. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And as talented as Andrew Wiggins is, there are games, Doris, when he can fade into the background. And his team needs him the most.
Yes, and the questions become, is he passive? Is he disengaged on the offensive end? And that, I think, can be frustrating. Because people around the league will tell you that this young man is as talented and as skilled as any player in the league. It's really, for Andrew Wiggins, about finding a measure of consistency.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Curry. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Warriors lead by 12.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Here's Leonard. Tries again. George. The shot, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Landry Shamet's checked in for Morris. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George.
Boy, for all the talent Andrew Wiggins brings to the table, you wonder what his assessment of the 2018-19 season is. Obviously, he took a step back in terms of his production, and I think that had a lot to do with his lack of consistency with his shot. He's got a ton of talent. Let's see where it takes him.
Thompson for the triple. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Uncovered. And that one, good. Wolves got 8 points. And with Wiggins, Doris, and his struggles last year, he seemed to be relying more on his outside shot.
You wonder if Wiggins feels the pressure of an NBA that now so heavily emphasizes that three-point shooting. But his strength, to me, is putting the ball on the deck, attacking the rim, and relentlessly going at defenders. He's got to get back to that.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Beverly, the pass to Shamet. Nice move. It's rebounded by Poole. Warriors leading by 16. Chris kicks to Thompson. Wiggins, and Wiggins able to finish. He has 6.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Here's Green, and he banks in the layup. Green's got his first basket of the night.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Well, incredible improvement in Kawhi Leonard's jumper since he came into the league. Give credit to the time spent in San Antonio.
Count it, good. And the Warriors lead by 17.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
And here's Green outside. Warriors with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. The Warriors making a switch here. Looney's checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for JaMychal Green. Marcus Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's George in for Patrick Beverly.
Well, the commitment to winning for the Golden State Warriors certainly begins at the top of the organization, right, guys? Ownership has made it very clear money will not be an issue in retaining their stars.
Looney with the bucket.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Left side, Leonard. The 3. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And 12 points for Leonard.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Pascal, the pass to Looney, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And here's Leonard from three. And another three for the Clippers.
Well, Kawhi Leonard starting to percolate, guys. You may want to start checking this guy.
Pass to Chris. Here's Pascal. And there's the pass to Looney. The rebound by Paul George. Clippers trail by 13. Morris finds Leonard from deep three-point range. Chris with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Leonard from deep three-point land. Misses there. And so it's the Golden State Warriors riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Looney out there with Chris. That's the Warriors 5. 2018 rookie class has been something to watch, Doris. Talent at the top, but also some terrific mid-round play.
You know, no question, Landry Shamet is a guy who I think can be a clutch, big-time scorer who does not seem bowed by any moment, doesn't seem to be affected by pressure. Mitchell Robinson had one of the great shot-blocking seasons in New York Knicks history. I know the team didn't have success, but as a second-round guy, Mitchell Robinson could have an awfully long career.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the three.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same. Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
And Leonard gets it to go.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports, worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
Here's Curry with the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
And George kicks to Morris. The Warriors pull it in. Thompson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Back to Green. All alone. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Beverly finds Morris, and he converts the layup.
Well, this guy is a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris, adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
There's 1:54 left in the game. Looney passes to Curry. A 3-ball. That shot misses. So the Clippers will take it the other way. To the inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Warriors leading by 20. Here's Bowman. It's rebounded by Noah. Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Klay Thompson.
Well, I think his contribution clearly came at the defensive end, right? He came up with a bunch of huge steals. He was a menace all night long. Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
Pass to Bowman. Got a piece of it. Williams with the steal. Shamet with it. He's picked up by Lee. And that one's good, Shamet.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Down low. Shoots from 14. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 15-point game. And that's an intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
A free throw, no good. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Los Angeles. And he sinks the second. 35 seconds left in the fourth. Williams passes to McGruder. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Warriors lead by 18.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Pass to Mann. There's Williams with the 3. No good.
Well, that miss, to me, created because of Steph Curry's defense. This guy is doing enough to influence the shot.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on it. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the...
This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now Jokic, Paul George missing from long range. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
When you look at Paul Millsap, not the tallest power forward, but has that terrific wingspan.
George looking around. And it's George finishing it off.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years. No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding. But he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Jokic with it. Leonard picks him up. A second chance effort. Porter passes to Jokic. Outside for Murray. Clock at 6. Lets it go with the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Denver with the ball. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. The drive by Jokic. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Nobody near Leonard. That ball, nice speed that time from George.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Outside Porter. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Jokic inside, working on Zubac. Count it.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on. And really, few guys in the league are more unique than Bobo. Has length for days, but needs to add a tremendous amount of strength to guard his natural position.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
There's Jackson with the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. And talking about Bol, his dad, Manute Bol, was known for his defense. That is not the case for his son.
Well, they're 2 completely different types of players. Bobo's game is about skill, He can handle, he can shoot, and for someone who's 7'2", he's a tremendous playmaker.
Another shot pass to Dozier, and it's Grant in the corner. All sorts of time. They shoot again. The shot's good from Plumlee.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Jackson looking it over. And that's a foul called on Bol Bol. That's his first foul. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And here is Los Angeles now. 3-point lead. Here's Shamet. 6 on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Here's Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Jackson comes over with the double. On the wing, Daniels. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Morris against Jackson. Pass to Williams. To the paint. Here's Morris. Shoots over Grant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Marquise, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
It's stolen by Morris. And the wide open shot from Green. And the 3-ball is good.
Over his career, JaMychal Green has steadily worked on the perimeter jump shot. You have to respect his range from the outside.
And so the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
We've got Williams. Green is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Jackson in at the point. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here's Plumlee. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you could see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
Clippers leading by 8. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Green. Back to Jackson. Shamet with it, covered by Morris. Green deciding where to go with it. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Nuggets trail by 8. And for a long time, JaMychal Green was mostly an energy player. Smitty, he's expanded his game lately.
Worked on developing an outside shot. He can drop a few threes from the power forward spot now, Kevin. He still has a high motor. You love the activity around the rim.
Denver needs to get off his shot. Morris, no good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Daniels passes to Grant. Morris against Jackson. The pass to Plumlee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Left block shot on the way. That one wide left. The Nuggets trail by 8. He drains it from the right block. Bulls got 4 points in the quarter.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Morris against Jackson. And they pick up 2. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
On the wing, Daniels. He's guarded by Williams. Pass to Plumlee. Shoots it. Bank shot. No good.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Shamet. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Morris. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Here's Beverley. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Nuggets trail by 10.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Right side, Green. Back to Beverley. Here's the three. 1:03 left in the second quarter. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Millsap kicks to Murray. From the baseline. It's hauled in by Beverley.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Buries it from three-point range.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Here's Dozier, guarded by Green. Takes it from 10, and that one's good. Millsap. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. Beverley against Murray. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. 12 seconds left to play in the first half. The shot from 20 feet away, and the jumper falls for him. Leonard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And so it's one. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, what was... And that'll...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last two quarters.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2 spot. Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
Inside. Good defense by Jokic.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Porter can't get that one to fall. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for him. Pass to Porter. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Porter's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nuggets. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Down low, here's Morris. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Clippers lead by 11. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Craig, good. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Beverly, the pass to George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
The Nuggets trail by 11. They double him with George. And a wide open look for Porter. Offline with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And Denver also making a switch. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Michael Porter. Zubac's no good. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Murray surveying the D. Pulls it from the elbow. And there's another one for the Nuggets. Interesting, Smitty. We're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter. You can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin. Will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. A different look for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Williams. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And a switcher also for Denver. Dozier's checked in. And here's George for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Daniels passes to Dozier. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Jackson. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Jackson's got 9.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
Passes it to Dozier. Kicks it to Millsap. Denver passing it around. Daniel from outside. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. He's got 5.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his team.
And the pass to Leonard. Back to Green. There's the steal. Pass to Daniel. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Morris. He kicks it to Jackson. Gets it off. Misses the shot. The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Reggie Jackson out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Morris in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And that one, good. Jackson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. And so here's Denver. 8-point game. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Millsap finds Jokic. And here is Morris. Pass to Millsap. Hands it from downtown.
And the defense has to play up on him. Millsap too good to just let him catch and fire.
Morris passes to Jackson. Outside, George makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Porter. Makes it off the glass.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Shamet kicks to George. Porter pulls it in.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
To the middle. Here's Jokic over Jackson. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Jokic.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Morris with the bucket.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Millsap. Second chance effort. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray comes in for Monte Morris.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Beverley against Murray. Passes to Jokic from deep. The Clippers grab the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Morris passes to George. Misses the layup.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Here's Murray. That one's not going to go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And George kicks to Beverley. In the corner, it's Morris. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Murray, the pass to Millsap. Here's Jokic, covered by Morris.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Gets the first, and that brings them within 8. And Jokic drops them both. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Millsap with the double team. Beverley the pass to Morris. And it goes down 2 points. Morris has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Wow, I'll tell you, Morris is on one tonight, pumping his points in left and right.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Zubac finds Morris. Launches it. Porter pulls it in.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
To the paint, here's Millsap, and the rejection by Zubac. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
To the inside, here's Craig. No good from 11 feet. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Leonard against Porter. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And stolen by Vonleh. Fires for three. Connects from three-point range. .23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Patterson. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And here's Morris for three. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within three.
I love the unselfishness from Millsap. Could have chosen to take it himself.
George passes to Leonard. Three-pointer. The Clippers keep it alive. Here's Beverly. Los Angeles with another miss.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Denver calls timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
And they need a miracle, guys. They don't have enough time for the catch-and-shoot three, so the only hope is for an alley-oop and an and-one to finish out.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Marcus Morris.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
So it's Los Angeles taking the dub. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
It's Friday night, and Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors, but we know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2. And for the Warriors, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Chris in at the center, locking down the middle. Millsap, the putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. And the way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
Now here's Murray, following the miss by Draymond Green. With the putback, Jokic on the follow.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Now here's Curry, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Still, Greg Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
And stolen by Chris.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Love the vision from Thompson. I mean, when you've been surrounded by superstars, you learn to keep your eyes up.
The Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Murray outside. Inside. Here's Millsap. Can't hit that one. And Golden State will come the other way. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Well, that's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
Porter with it. Picked up by Thompson. Second chance shot. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Porter. And that's now 6 points for Jokic. Down low, here's Chris. And Chris throws it down.
Yeah, Kevin, you can't afford to leave someone open around Curry. He's great at keeping his head on a swivel.
And with the Warriors, the strength of their defense comes from their versatility.
Yeah, they have a roster that can switch on everything. Guys like Draymond allow them to go small and not lose out on D. I mean, this team is very smart with their defensive schemes.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Wiggins. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here's Craig. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Warriors trail by 4. It's Curry outside. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Porter against Wiggins. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Millsap. Chris with the rebound.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jump.
Curry can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Craig, covered by Wiggins. Green with the block.
And what Green lacks in height, he makes up for it hard. He's such an outstanding shot blocker.
Sinks the three-pointer.
But he doesn't have a clear path to the hoop, so why not? I mean, pull up and bury the 3 in transition. Pass
to Jokic. From 11 feet away, up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
And Green gets it to go.
You got to be aware of Green. Although he's a pass-first player, he even looked for a shot in here.
Now, here's Jokic. D right on him. Over Chris, and that one's good. Jokic. Jokic has got 8. Warriors trail by 3. Curry passes to Thompson. This one for 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
He's got some pep in his step tonight. I wonder what he had to eat last night. I mean, very solid first quarter for him at the offensive end.
Good on the shot.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
On its way from Curry for 2. No good on the shot. Murray with the defensive effort.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots off.
Millsap with the steal. On up the court. Takes a shot at the elbow. Nikola Jokic firing on all cylinders for all the great Golden State Warriors scorers. Draymond Green.
I think there are times where one of...
Why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green more often than not is the one setting the table.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Looney, and it's Poole in at the 2 spot. Grant, that's good. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
2 of the best. Players and people can complain as much as they want, but Harden getting to the line is genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you got to stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing, and Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, but always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan, for me, I know as a fan for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
They just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
Dozier passes to Plumlee. Off on the layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Grant the pass to Bull. Tries from 10. Drained for 2 points. Bull's got his first 2 points. Warriors trail by 5. Tipped away. Here's Dozier. And the dunk by Grant.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Here's Pascal. There's the pass to Looney. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Curry against Morris. Outside Curry. Over Morris. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Well, I'm surprised he's still out there. I mean, he's been invisible at the offensive end all game long.
The thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg, he never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He always always wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Clay was trying to break Curry's three-point record last season. Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love it.
Just 2 to shoot. Haskell's shot is off.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Denver shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Torrey Craig, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Warriors trail by 12. Here's Poole. 17 points for him last game against Brooklyn. Smailagic, he's covered by Grant. Green in the post. Count the bucket. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Bull, that's good.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Smailagic, he's covered by Grant. Pass to Thompson. From deep three-point range, the long distance 3 is buried. Thompson's got it back down to single digits for the Warriors. And so it's the Denver Nuggets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball in.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and
we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Oh, man, what a tremendous first half. Okay, obviously he's feeling the flow, and he's looking to keep it going.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at shooting guard. Here's Jokic. Warriors with the rebound. Poked away. And Thompson kicks to Green. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Murray. The shot by Thompson, no good. Denver leading by 9. Here's Jokic. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. Chris in the post. 6 points for him.
Yeah, fans around the league love to hate Draymond Green for how outspoken he is. But I honestly believe the hate fuels Green. He loves to play the bad guy.
And C-Web, as you were talking about with Draymond Green, he's embraced the role in the past of villain in the NBA. But he said during the playoffs last year he wants to change his ways.
Yeah, right. We'll see. Draymond will irk opposing players and fans alike. But that's just a part of what makes him so effective. I mean, he's the ultimate example of a player who you love when he's on your team and you hate when he's not.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. On the wing, Daniels. He's covered by Thompson. Daniels with it. It's up against Thompson. And there's Daniels. That's good on the assist by Murray.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Wiggins drives in. Misses in close.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Millsap has the open look. They get the rebound.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Thompson, left side. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
Here's Millsap. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Warriors trail by 8. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Green against Millsap. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Chris, when it comes to playing alongside another big guy, I'm sure you have to think of ways to complement each other. Not just him, but it's got to be a two-way street.
Yeah, but it starts with chemistry. It starts with friendship. It starts with wanting to win. And I played with 2 big guys that come to mind that made me better. Juwan Howard there in Washington, just looking at him throwing a oop, I would miss 2-3 shots in a row, and we'd look, and he'd say, I'll get you an easy one, big fella. And I would do the same thing to him. We're playing with a guy like Vlade that would say, hey, wait a minute, Bibby or Peja didn't get a shot. Set a screen for them, and he would pass it to them, and then the next play say, now it's your turn, you're open, because they're going to go over there to those guys. We already tricked the defense ahead. So guys that are smart, guys that can pass, and also guys that will say, hey, man, you look a little tired. Let's switch. I'll check Shaq this play.
1:19 left in the third quarter of the game. A 3 from Morris. That one, no good. The Warriors go the other way, and it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Bowman, covered by Morris. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down to 6 in the bucket from Wiggins.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Fires at the elbow. Again, the Nuggets score. Warriors have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Over to the left wing. Smailagic. Jokic defending. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer. Good work defensively by Morris.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the second free throw, good. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Dozier passes to Jokic. Right side Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Pascal. Off target from the baseline. And so it's the Denver Nuggets in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. They've got Curry. He's out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Looney in at the center. That's the Warriors' 5. Here's Dozier, guarded by Curry. Dozier can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Pascal. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Pascal's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Here's Dozier. Passes it to Jokic. He gets it in there.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Pascal, the pass to Curry. The 3. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Smailagic from the right block. The shot is good.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Jokic with it. Pass to Craig. Back to Jokic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
So both teams making some changes here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
They double him with Jokic. Green left side. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Monday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors.
And in that matchup with the Pistons, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
The shot by Thompson, no good. Denver leading by 8. Millsap passes to Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
He's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Here's Wiggins. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got his 6th rebound on the night. For 3, Murray. The Warriors pull it in. Chris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Curry looking it over. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for the Warriors. 1:56 left to play here in the 4th. The pass to Craig. 5 to shoot. He kicks it to Millsap. Craig, good. And the Nuggets lead by 9.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Curry against Murray. And Chris throws it down.
And once Chris gets the position he wants, he is throwing it down with a vengeance.
Jokic passes to Millsap. Now, here's Jokic. He dishes it to Porter. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Back to Thompson. From deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Craig. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Chris with the rebound. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They trail by 7. That one good for 2.
And he's got the attitude for this kind of pressure. You know, Draymond loves the big moment.
Here's Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
He's been doing this since back in the day, since back in college. Curry's one of the most clutch performers we have, really in any sport.
And that one's good, Jokic.
Oh, no hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert the easy.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Murray kicks to Craig. Here's Millsap. The shot is good off the backboard. And now an 8-point Nugget lead. Outside Curry. Thompson for the triple. Missed. So the Nuggets win it. They came in here and took care of business like this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.
Hang time, Ruben the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge to the game like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face and credit, hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need a plan to revive, let's get a shot pressing. Next say what I say, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker room. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Marquise Chris is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's George in at the 2 guard. And in tonight's game, pride definitely bred at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006. Which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive match.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? Kind of took care of it.
Now Curry. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off target from 3-point range. Beverly dishes to Morris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Thompson.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Warriors on D. It's a 3-point game. And it's George missing. Now the Warriors moving it up. Thompson with the ball. Green against Morris. Green kicks to Wiggins. Back to Green. Over Morris. And the rejection by Zubac. And he recovers it. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Clippers get called for the foul. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of this game. Free throw good, Green.
A lot of talk surrounding Draymond Green between the coaches and the teammates is the fact that he's the emotional leader of this team. Now, sometimes that's in accord with what you do, and sometimes it keeps you a little off balance, but no doubt Draymond Green is the spark for this ball club.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
And Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through that.
Landry Shamit's checked in for Paul George. Hits the 3-point bomb.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Wiggins against Leonard. And that one's good. Wiggins.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Here's Leonard again, Los Angeles.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Chris kicks to Green. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. So, for the Clippers, Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Leonard against Wiggins. Clock at 6. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Green.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. Pass to Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Williams. Putting up about 18 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he's in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Pass to Poole. Here's Looney, guarded by Jackson. From 12 feet out, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
And here are the Warriors now. Clippers able to drain the 3. Jackson comes over with the double. He's covered by Shamet. The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Los Angeles leading by 10. The drive by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Both shots good from the stripe. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Leonard, that's for 2. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Wiggins, right side. Plenty of space. Good as the jump shot falls.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Launches a 3. Keeps it alive. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the NBA Replay Center.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, the 2 stars, George and Leonard fill up the forward slots. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams, and it's Green in at the center. Haskell's shot is off, and it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense.
What a handle.
But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who was a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Yes, that goes in.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Curry outside. That shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in San Francisco.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris comes in for Jermichael Green, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Jackson. Warriors trail by 7. Stolen by Zubac. Knocked loose and stolen by Chris. Here's Pascal. Second shot opportunity. There's Green with the 3. Knocked away.
And you could see he knew exactly where that long rebound was coming off, able to get there quickly and snatch it up.
And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound. The Warriors have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Los Angeles leading by 9.
Klay Thompson just never dwelling too long on a game where he might miss a couple shots, or over the course of maybe a couple weeks when he's not in his best form. He turns it around pretty quickly, does Klay, and it's pretty impactful.
And Green gets it to go.
Always got to keep your eyes up, make sure you see open teammates, and Klay did it that time.
Shamet kicks to Zubac. Here's George. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Drills the 3-pointer. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, easy call.
The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for 2.
He hits both from the stripe.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
32 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Looney. Takes it from 10. No good off the back of the rim.
And battling hard on the glass. They hold the advantage here so far.
Zubac finds Beverly. Back to Zubac. 4 seconds left. Can't hit from in close. And so we wrap up the first half. Los Angeles on top, up by 8. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Alden. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us. Yes, Ernie Johnson. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have an 8-point lead. Shaq, what was your Thanks for joining.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Jermichael Green with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Chris, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward.
Well, you got to have just great ball control when you're making a move like that, and Paul George definitely has the handles. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And it's Beverly missing, and it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors, trailing by 4.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now the pass to Wiggins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, a favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. Williams, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Wiggins hits the jump hook. Wiggins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Off target at the rim.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The kick out to Williams. Back to Jackson. Nobody near Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss. The Warriors lead. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Wiggins. Drops in the layup for 2. Wiggins has got 10 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Williams attacking. While we have a break, we can see which teams, and yep, we thought we might see it, and the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay reviews is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Morris finds Williams. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson looking around. 6 on the shot clock. They kick it out to Green. From deep three-point range, Los Angeles with another miss.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Here's Curry. It's good. At that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here. And he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And he can extend the lead to double digits.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. And now a 10-point Warrior lead.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Here's George. And a missed layup.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Here's Curry with the 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And an excellent pass by Morris. A guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
And here's Leonard. He's got 7. Curry with the defensive effort. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris, and it's Beverly in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Pascal, the pass to Curry. From outside, off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Paul George finding some ways now to be effective on the inside.
To the paint. Here's Wiggins. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Wiggins has got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. Shamet on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And Green slams it in.
Man, is Draymond Green out there playing with a watch? What timing on that alley-oop.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. He doesn't hit that one. Wiggins with some nice D. Green in the post. Working on Zubac. And the basket by Pascal.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Beverly. Shamet the pass to Beverly. He dishes it to Morris. Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded closely. Here's Beverly. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Green is checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for the Warriors. Warriors leading by 14. It's Curry outside. And again, no good by Golden State.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And George kicks to Shamet. Here's Jackson. And Curry pulls it down. Curry's got 5 rebounds tonight. There's Jackson with the 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And Jackson has become a reliable 3-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
Back to Curry. Fires the 3. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Curry with the steal. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Shamet. Wiggins drawn the double team. Back to Thompson. 6 to shoot. On its way from Curry for 2. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, not only is he not missing, I think he's really enjoying himself out there. When he goes on a tear like this, he gets that big smile on his face, the mouthpiece at the side of his mouth, and his teammates feeding off the energy.
Passes it to Green. Over Chris. Green with the rebound. Warriors leading by 13. A 3-pointer. Wiggins. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's Green missing. Golden State's gone ice cold from 3-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. On the wing, Thompson. Outside, Green. Back to Thompson. No good that time. Great D that time from Green.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Warriors.
This has got to feel good. I mean, they never counted themselves out when they were down earlier, and they not only muscled their way back into the game, but wow, they're in a position, shockingly, to win this one easily.
It's all about the will to win. You have to admire the perseverance, never doubting one another, having that trust in your coaches. And I really like what we've seen here tonight. Boy, did they earn it.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Steph Curry.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
And both free throws good for Wiggins. The Clippers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Green against Zubac. Green dishes to Curry. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's George, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
That's some good use of the length right there from Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
And a deep three from Curry. Wiggins, great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Off target. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. Now it's ended up. Well, the Nuggets lucky to have him. Thanks, David. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. And for the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Murray. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And Jokic slams it in.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Well, Clark, one thing you have to respect about Jamal Murray is how intense of a competitor he is.
And you can't substitute competitive spirit, Kevin. It's a great attribute to have, and you see that in how he's improved his game year to year. I mean, he loves being in the spotlight, going up against the game's big-name guards, and he doesn't shy away at all. That's a credit to him.
That one drops for him.
Jokic doing a nice job getting right to the spot and capitalizing, taking advantage of the high percentage shots.
Outside, George. Leonard against Porter. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Now here's Murray. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Pass to George. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Porter. And Leonard gets it to go.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Craig passes to Millsap. To the middle. Here's Jokic. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots, off to a good start.
Only 1 miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beverley, the pass to George. Murray against Beverley. Back to George. Fires from deep. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Craig, right now averaging about 5 points a game. Goes back up. Crafty move. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Landry Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley.
And, you know, the potential the Joker has is exciting. Jokic, a big man who can score, pass, and rebound, and do all of those well.
Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Warriors in San Francisco. A nice shot by Dozier. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your move. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. It's terrific.
really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 13. Looking to end the run. The putback. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Green gets it to go. The Nuggets leading by 10. Here's Dozier. Millsap at the elbow. Pass to Jokic. 7-foot shot. Can't connect from short range. Here's Shamet. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Denver Nuggets going into the break with a 10-point lead. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Something else they've done a good job of tonight, you know, right from the start, is penetrating and scoring.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now here's Beverley. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Warriors in San Francisco. Short. The pass to Beverley. Left side, Leonard. Back to Beverley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The offensive rebound. Zubac, the pass to Beverley. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. And here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top rebounding teams this season. The Clippers third.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Now Bol, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Here's Leonard. Back to Beverley. And Morris comes over to help. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. And it's good. 2 points. Leonard's got 8 points.
Love the unselfishness of Beverley. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Daniels kicks to Morris. Here's Bol. A shot off that time. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers trail by 11. Pass to Beverley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, I love the aggressive mindset Beverley has. I mean, that's really what makes him special. He's not afraid of getting bumped, especially when he's going to the bucket.
A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking of Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Green's checked in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Pass to George. Back to Jackson. Porter with the steal. In the corner, Murray with it. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got his first points of the night.
And even at 6'5", that's not a giant by any means. Murray elevates high inside for these buckets. He's a high percentage shooter down low for sure.
Jackson finds Green. Jackson against Murray. Jackson misses. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
You have got to guard Porter as soon as he crosses half court. His range is limitless.
And again, it's the Clippers missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And it's Murray penetrating. And the shot goes down. Murray's got 4 this quarter.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
Now, here's Porter. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. Can't cash in from close range.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Porter outside. Denver the rebound. Murray the pass to Daniels. Over Beverly. Grant. And another shot. Puts the move on. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 36 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
From deep, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So as
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He ended up with 17 points. And that...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Now here's Beverly. The 3 from George. Trains the three-pointer. George has got 5 now.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Here's Craig. That one doesn't go. And the Clippers will come the other way. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Williams passes to George. Leonard kicks to Williams. On the wing, Morris. Millsap covering. From about 19 feet, Morris, no good.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
That one falls. And it's 7 points for Paul George.
I love the activity. George is not just a perimeter player, folks. You can depend on him down low, too.
Craig kicks to Murray. From beyond the arc and then some. And the Nuggets lead by 20.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Morris against Millsap. Left side, Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Shoots, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now here's Porter. To the inside. 9 feet out, and Jokic with the basket on the assist by Porter. Jokic just got 19 points.
Nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And George kicks to Williams. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Nuggets leading by 20. In the corner, Murray with it. Pulls up. Morris with the block.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
A different look for Denver. Dozier's checked in, and Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Shamit's checked in, and it's Millsap with the extra effort.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Now, here is Morris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation. But I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Here's Dozier. He's covered by Shamet. A nice shot by Dozier.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Leonard. It's deflected.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Williams passes to Zubac. Williams kicks to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. There's the pass to Millsap. Here's Craig, covered by Morris. 1 second left. What a play! Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And so it's Denver with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at Los Angeles, Noah is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Landry Shamet, and there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 3. Los Angeles making a switch here. Magruder's checked in. Denver's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Sunday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Daniels passes to Grant. Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Zubac's the pass to George. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Here's Dozier. Kicks it to Daniels. Passes it to Plumlee. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Out to the right wing. Leonard on the wing. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Grant's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Daniels. Feeds it to Grant. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And Grant really embraces contact, relishes it, as a matter of fact. He has no fear going to the rim or going into a shot.
Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And George gets it to go.
No success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding.
Conley kicks to Dozier. Lets it go from 14. That misses off the backboard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. And George, here we go. No good there. Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Dozier. The Nuggets with another miss.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
And it all had to be, Kevin, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
Noah dishes to Leonard. Nifty move. Noah kicks to Beverly. From deep three-point range, and the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. For Denver, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. In the corner, Daniels. Off target with his 3. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Denver.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jokic.
Boy, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it. They've done it.
Noah's shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Paige Diop, the pass to Conley. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Joakim Noah.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Now here's Williams. They need this. Off target with that shot. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldrich,